A 17-year-old, a father and son, a father and son. But before we get into it, let's just read some of these details just put out by TMZ, okay? 10:44 a.m., all right? A woman by the name of Chantel Trone has been arrested in connection with the shooting. Cops arrested, booked her for accessory to murder. We're told that Trone is the stepmom of the 17-year-old killer. The stepmother of the 17-year-old killer. She done took wicked stepmom theory to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? 8:18 a.m. Law enforcement say 17-year-old son of Freddie Trone has been arrested in connection to the shooting. We're told the son was the shooter and Freddie drove the getaway car. This is gasping. Freddie Trone is the father of the 17-year-old. And he took his girl or his wife, I don't know, I guess they're married, or the stepmom of the 17-year-old shooter. So you have a whole family freaking involved in doing this, okay? One source, they also say the father and son duo were were already in the restaurant's parking lot when PNB arrived, seemingly removing the possibility that PNB was the target of a social media post. So they just chopped that off immediately, right? That whole theory, everybody blaming the girl, everybody blaming social media, everybody blaming PNB for talking tough on social media and all that, right? Social media posted, the girlfriend showing that they were at Roscoe's. Okay, so it wasn't about that. LAPD is naming a suspect in the murder of PNP Rock. Okay, so the father is still on the loose. I allege at this time, it's 5:28 Eastern Standard Time, so I guess it's about 2:28 Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so now we have this breaking news, right? The killers of PNB Rock, the 17-year-old went into the restaurant, right? They were all, the family trio was already, so they went on a family dining trip to Roscoe's to get some chicken and waffles, and they seen a mark, they seen a target, they seen PNB slipping possibly, or thought it was going to be easy. I mean, I can't imagine your whole family in the car scheming on someone else, okay? The whole family is doing that bad mentally, not just monetarily, but your whole family has a broke ass mindset to go ahead with something like this, right? Now, do you send your son in there and say, yo, go get him, okay? Go get that stuff, right? And then once the son comes back out, runs back out with maybe one or two pieces of jewelry, because I don't think he got all of it, right? Does the son say, hey, I popped him? And does the dad say, hey, good, son? Or does he get and say, man, what the did you do? I just told you don't get the jewelry. I ain't say go in there and do none of this other extra stuff, right? Because I'm pretty sure this is just a guesstimation, right? PNB wasn't no scaredy cat. So he probably seen this 17-year-old kid and probably laughed in his face, to keep it real. And it probably angered the kid, right? It probably angered him. So now it was time to just go ahead and go full speed ahead with the robbery and just pop him. You know what I'm saying? Because he probably struggled. Well, they said they struggled a little teeny bit, right? And the shooter just went on and popped him, okay? So now you have a father and son and the stepmother involved in this horrendous crime. Now, this just take us back a little bit, because most of us have families, right? And most of us that take care of family, we do everything we can for our family, right? And I know what the gang culture is about in LA, right? Okay? I do know about that, right? But to go this far, I mean, I've heard of father and sons doing certain things, you know what I'm saying? So, but to go this far, this is just going overboard, because usually if the dad is into something, right, in the streets, he doesn't want the kids to get involved, okay? He wants maybe even some of the toughest, most hardcore gangsters you may ever meet. They don't want their kids The kids can be somewhat associated or affiliated, whatever you want to call it, right? But they want them to take it to the next level, right? So if let's say you grew up in the streets, right? 10, 11, 12, 13, you in the gang, right? You banging and all of that. Let's say you make it to the ripe age of 30, okay? And then you have a child that's about 5 by that time, right? Or let's say you get to 25, right? A real gangster will be like, you know what? I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that my son does not follow these footsteps, okay? He does not follow these footsteps. He takes it to another level, all right? You get out of that mindset, okay? You create your own family, right? Because that's what a real gangster would do, right? Okay, he don't want his son in banging and all of that. So you come up and you take it to the next level. That's what real ones do. I'm just going to keep it real. It's only a few out there that will want their kids involved at this kind of level, okay? This is like top crazy ass level, you know what I'm saying? There's no turning back from none of this, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. When is this going to stop? Okay? When we get out of this tribal mindset that we have to get our kids involved, that's the wrong route, okay? The same way I feel about cats in their 40s, 50s, joining gangs, and there's some real shit out there, right? This is silly, okay? The whole thing is to get out, get your family out, even if you're just not saying you got to be the richest person, anything like that. You get your family out. You don't want your kids growing up. You don't want your daughter going around. You might not even want her dating people in gangs, right? You want her to go to college, okay? You want her to at least graduate high school at the minimum, all right? You don't want to continue this cycle of like what they call a generational curse of gangbanging, okay? So you had it rough, right? Or you was in the gang since you was 12. The natural progression is for you to get out, get your family out, get your kids out, and move forward, man. Build something, start businesses, whatever it is. Because there's plenty of cats out there that have gotten out or have done better with themselves, and they stay very low key, and you don't even hear about them, right? So like you say, like some of them, the punk ass Charleston Whites of the world, you know, that go around saying that no one ever did any good in the gang. That is absolutely not true, right? People have gotten out. Well, I don't say gotten out, but they have made something out of their life, and they have built something. Okay, they have built a lot of things. They have gotten their family out. They send the kids to college and all of that. Okay, so yeah, man, this is just a sad situation, man. That a father would let his son go in there and commit a robbery, drive the getaway car. His stepmother was, I guess she was along with it, even if she wasn't. I don't know. We don't know what the conversation, I can't imagine what that conversation was inside that car. But that's the story. We're going to hit you back when we get more details. Hopefully they'll catch the father soon. Because, yeah, this got to end, man. Kirk State reacts. Let's go.